I guess Alex is not going to be here.
So I have dates first, which is just not going to be too long. He was in my homeroom.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
We got a case.
I don't know if I can get the Zoom. I can deal with that. I'm okay with that.
Then I thought he had. No, he got one.
No, we're not. Remember that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, he went first. Yeah, he. I have to get over when you come around that curve.
Yeah.
That curve. Highway, that's when you got started.
Yeah. Or you're in a
Or
four
you're in
line. Yeah.
years.
That's happened to you. I'm always saying they got those 2 lanes. And then, this is what you said? Oh, there.
It's pretty
Is this a YouTube live stream?
There's only one person. Yes.
Yeah. Fire question. I'm gonna get
You gonna shut your mouth today? Because that'd be great.
fire question. I thought.
Wow, I'm surprised to be hearing a lot that he is.
Joe. It's only gonna work for a lot of calls.
It was a prank. This camera.
Hello, RJ.
It's a
Good
prank.
day, sir. I told you it was a prank.
Yeah. Bible goes. Does Alex do Thursday?
And she wished we had her there.
Never wish to win.
I gotta get it. Only it's gonna work.
Patrick, it's okay.
Hey,
Oh, wait, that's. Hey, there's Alex. Hi, Alex. Hogan. Witnesses, come grab your paper.
Biased decision. No, I thought of something. I'm gonna get you.
It's zesty.
I'm getting you today. You can't get us. I'm getting you. Yeah, it is the way it works.
Wait, are we
Yeah.
publicly about something? I'm gonna get you guys.
Oh, okay, good.
I was about to say, because I already said my part.
I'll look at you. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's all yeah. Hey, you have to get through other. Hey, they're paying them off.
Is it all up to Jack?
Yeah,
Mr. White. This is
Jack, I know you saw that.
Hey, right,
Oh, that's my bad. Hey, listen, man, you're good.
Yeah, let's find this time.
What are you missing?
Next time I'm gonna
What's our
Yeah,
See the bias? We're bringing this up. Yeah. Military
Spam L's in the chat.
Hey, Brent.
Thanks for the donut.
Thanks for the donut.
You come here. I'm not getting down here. Wait, no. You're gonna make this look good.
Yeah, this is a little suspicious, guys.
That is your brand.
Yep. Get it on.
Okay. All right.
It's over now.
We have all of our military commissions.
It's all falling in the wall. The other
What's up?
I was just returning the favor.
What a nice Samaritan.
It's a good cement.
Whatever.
Intimidation. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, you don't.
I will whip my cock up right now.
Alright.
What? Well, we can definitely. Whatever good case candidate.
Oh yeah, I know you don't want us to talk about the arms anymore. I'm sorry.
You have more about it today? Don't worry, yeah. Hey, remember. I can talk about arms too.
Okay. Alright.
We get the People Sports soundtrack.
Be awesome.
Supposed to be unbiased.
Alright, let's see. What else did I want to do?
Let's just talk about the arms the entire time.
How can I share this? I guess I can just do this.
So we lost an extra. Yeah. So I'm going for some big.
You say you're going.
I thought I was going after.
I thought you were doing one and then you were doing yours.
And then I'm like. Oh, what's the matter?
Hi.
Hi.
Did you have a good birthday?
Yeah.
Cool. Try the link I just sent you.
My mom got.
Here's my phone.
Yes.
I know your mom.
What made it up? And then.
I got that one. No.
Good. Was it hard? Good. You make every single part there.
And that actually reminds me, it's a very nice. You weren't kidding, there's a lot of
They opened YouTube, but it didn't do anything. I know when
It's not
I
even my group.
had it, so
Yeah.
YouTube.
How are we gonna get our yearbooks next year?
We have to come back and get
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, seriously? Can they just mail them to us?
Or the experience.
Yeah, my mom's.
I didn't think about that.
How each one of us putting something in the class.
There we go.
Yeah, like, give up options.
Like, we all say something different. None of us are gonna like it.
You guys been on certain classes.
One more, Carson.
Okay, but
Please.
Dude, I looked at it. I had to like stare at it. Like,
Try this.
I was like, there's no way.
Get it to work before you send it.
The mumble that got like a 10 on the page, which I didn't even think possible. Yeah, like you have to like try to get this.
I think what we're trying to do is put it, if you've got like recurring songs, then that would be that. So if it's something like that, I
Appreciate it. Okay.
They're not just gone forever. He's done. So happy. How he got I think it's super bold. Probably go for the whole thing. I don't know. Good. You have to tell that.
I mean, there's still like 6
So you also want, I'll give you my AAA card.
There we go. All right. Well, I don't know if we'll get any customers, but I just sent out a live stream for it, so here's hoping. All right, welcome back. We are back to day 2. So
Thanks, LS.
don't get out. Put your phone away.
No, I will
on the
not.
live stream. That'll get embarrassing. And we will have defense finish their witnesses. Afterwards, if I'll give either side a chance to call back 1, maybe 2 witnesses, depending on time. If you want to ask any other questions of any other bodies, you guys will obviously have a chance to ask questions as well of anybody. So today, when you come up, please stand in front of the camera with your nameplate, just in case anybody is watching out there. Okay, nameplates are back here if you haven't got them yet. Okay. But yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, any questions before we get going? Good. All right. Military Commission, you have your papers, yes?
Yep, you're Shane.
All right, got your exhibits, got your papers. I have the packet with all the things, exhibits in it if you want it. All right, so extra important that you speak up today. So especially my witnesses, make sure you speak up nice and loud.
Just bring it up and just say,
Okay. Oops, wrong. Go. All right. We good? Commission, you good? Prosecution, you good? Defense, good? Witnesses, good? Oh, I should do attendance. Oh, I should get in the Google Meet too. Duh. That's what this one's for. All those people are probably like, what's going on?
Yeah, too busy to do like.
There was.
Too busy doing a live stream.
Not to do the live stream. Should have had you be doing this. There we go. All right. There we go. Sorry about that, people online. We are here now. Ooh, there's people watching. All right. All right. So, people online, if you get asked to testify, again, please talk nice and loud. We are going to hear some from the defense, and then from the closing statements, and we'll have a verdict today. All right, we ready? Phones away, ready to go. Military Commission, if you would head out in the hall. We got to have the pomp and circumstance. Alex, you know what to do now. Or, I'm sorry, Mr. Elisha. Very good. That's working. It was working.
All rise. I would like to call up Private Henderson R. Shuffle, a prisoner in the Union Prison Camp. Point lookout.
Oh, it's game. Okay. All right, let's pin. We'll pin him to the game.
Yes, Gabe.
Gabe, go ahead and turn your camera on. Here's hoping. Gabe, you with us? Counselor, is there something wrong with your witness?
It was in my last class.
Wirz beat him senseless. Ooh.
Gabe, are you there?
He's too scared to answer.
Okay, well, Counselor, do you have another witness?
Ouch.
Not at this time.
All right.
Well, I can.
Hmm.
I knew this was gonna happen. It's all part of the plan. The defense would like to call forward CM Ford. And can everybody put exhibit sheet
Forward. All right.
Can you state your name for me? CM Ford. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Yes. During your time at Andersonville, did Captain Wirz have any injuries?
Yes, Captain Wirz had multiple injuries. On his right arm, it was swollen and inflamed, ulcerated in 3 places, and appeared to be broken. On his right hand, his little finger and the one next to it had suffered nerve damage, causing it to be slightly contracted, which made it difficult for him to grip it. His left shoulder had a large scar, and the deltoid muscle was entirely gone.
And how long was his arm in this condition?
I've examined him multiple times before, and these injuries have been with him since 1864. I believe they are no better than they are now.
No further questions. Or any other questions? Witnesses or students? I would like to call up Captain Wirz.
Star hits.
Captain Wirz, you sort of tell the truth, the whole truth, the whole truth. Yes. All right, Captain Wirz. What was the line of command to the camp? What was the line of command to the camp?
General Winder had control over campsite location, food, water, and medical supplies.
And what was his mentality with dealing with prisoners?
General Winder, who was unfortunately deceased, actually, in my quote, said, "I am killing off more Yankees than 20 regiments of Lee's army."
Witness, speak up, please.
He said, "I am killing off more Yankees than 20 regiments of Lee's army." And in a letter to the Confederate chain of command, he said, "You speak of the endorsement of placing prisoners properly. I do not exactly comprehend what is intended by it. I know of one way to place them, and that is to put them into the stockade where they are 4 to 5 square feet to the man."
No further questions. Any more questions?
I have a question. So, say your right arm has been injured for quite a long time. Is it not possible to shoot a gun with your left arm? And even if the left arm is injured, how do you get dressed? How do you do daily tasks with both arms being that injured?
With a great deal of difficulty, I do most daily tasks. And yes, it is possible to shoot a gun with my left arm, but I did not.
No further questions.
Military Commission, anything? Counselor, your other witness is ready if you would like to
All right.
ask him.
I would like to call up Private Henderson R. Shuffle, a prisoner in the Union Prison Camp, Point Lookout.
Okay, go ahead and turn your camera on. And there you go. Yeah. Go ahead, Alex.
All right, can you state your name for me? Your other name for me? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
That turned up all the way. Counselor, sure it is. There.
What happened to the soldiers at Point Lookout? What happened to the soldier at Point Lookout that had shot escaping prisoners?
I was understood that if prisoners were trying to escape, they were shot, and the soldier who shot them would be promoted.
And how were the conditions of the camp? How were the conditions of the men?
The camp was overrun with scurvy and dysentery and diarrhea, and one blanket was given to several men in the cold weather. Out in the north, they were freezing to death. There was dead prisoners carried out every day.
No further questions. Any other questions?
All right, witnesses excused. All right. You guys have any more witnesses? No? All right. Leave your phone. All right. Prosecution and defense will now have the opportunity to call back 2 witnesses if they want. Okay. We'll give you a minute or two to figure out if you want to call anybody back. Military Commission, you will also have the opportunity to call anybody back and ask any type of questions. Okay. While we're waiting, you show us your name tags, please. Military Commission, real quick.
But he said that he had a camp point at his head.
Hold up your name tag there, please. Thank you. You have yours, Jack?
I don't know.
He doesn't need it.
Fairbank. Fairbank.
What's RJ?
All right.
Mr. A, what's John?
Okay. You guys ready?
Yeah, I need
You need whom? John. Okay. Let me see if John's online. Hey, John. Yes. John is online. Hey, hi, John. Okay. We're going to have you give your testimony now. This will be a new witness. Does not count as one of their callbacks here. Hi. So, counselor, go ahead and proceed. You guys be thinking of who you want. Okay. All right. Counselor. Thank you.
All right, can you say your name for me? All right, did you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
There's camera.
Can you talk louder, please?
Talk louder. And can you turn your camera on, please, witness? No?
All right, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, okay? What happened to a man named Thompson?
He was still murdered at a Dublin by Captain Wirz. And Donaldson was involved in being shot, but I didn't want their body over and or their demo. Thompson was killed, I think, because he was a new fish, and all they didn't know.
Right, and how would you describe Captain Wirz after you heard the gunshot go off?
I saw him take concerning how they reached under the deadline where he crossed the strait. This was where straight adventure began and one was there. And we wanted to come move the body, but he didn't allow us. And he still looked at this, so disintegrated and turned his system to the car. They both laughed and their words disappeared from them. So I'll describe it as a sinner. And he would regret what he was doing. I just want to understand he just didn't kill somebody.
All right, thank you. One more further question.
Ben?
But you couldn't understand.
Cross-examine? You can go ask him to restate his testimony, one of you up there.
What? I can.
No, I think.
No? Okay. All right, prosecution. Anybody you would like to have back? Thank you, John. Prosecution. Anybody you'd like to have back for further questioning? No one at this time. Defense.
Yeah, we want to pull up Fairbanks.
All right. Oliver Fairbanks, please come back to the stand. All right, you get one question.
I was wondering what hand Captain Wirz held the handgun in that he threatened you with.
So as I said before, I thought that it was the right hand. But with a pistol to my head, I did not dare to move my head. And after hearing his right arm dominant, I did not. I assumed that it was his right arm.
All right, more questions.
Witness is excused. Military Commission, would you like to have anyone back? Who's that? Dr. Bates. Come back to the stand, please.
So I wanted to ask you when the board.
I didn't professionally examine it myself, but when I saw him in 1864 September, he seemed to be ill.
So I want to call that Charles.
Who was that?
Charles Hopkins.
Charles Hopkins. Yeah. Charles Hopkins back to the stand now.
Same name. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth.
Nice and loud for me.
So I was just wondering how you were able to stuff the vaccine.
No. Yeah, but I was doing it when I was looking. I was able to see the way
Good? Okay. Military Commission, anyone else you'd like to reach out with? Jack, or Your Honor, sorry. Hi. You can hold them in contempt. See ya. Witness is unavailable for comment, I guess. All right. Any other witnesses? Anybody else need to hear anything? Anybody else? Okay. We'll take, Your Honor, if you put us into like a 3-minute recess so that they can get their closing statements together. All right. All right. So.
Yes.
Yeah, go outside.
Go play Gaga ball outside. Yeah. All right. Is there anything I can do for the military? Good. Get your work. No takings. You good, Your Honor?
Guys, what are we looking? Is it looking good for us?
I have my closing argument now.
Ready? No, you're ready with yours.
I am not. Okay, well, I'm ready, but I'm not.
Fine.
I came in here to beg you.
Whoa.
I think this one. We're not calling anyone up and
Talk to their witnesses.
We're looking at their witness.
Sure they can.
It just shows they don't know the rules of court.
Seriously.
how
How immature.
It's a 4.2 and they still don't.
All right. So what'll happen here is they'll give their closing statements, and then I'll send you out. Deliberate as long as you need.
Yeah.
I won't let you isolate that. I don't talk to anybody or go anywhere. It's a contract, so. Right. Counselor, you ready? Counselor, you ready?
Sure.
All right. What? I don't. I know that I told Mrs. Mashoff we were doing this and that they were gonna, I thought she was gonna come take pictures, but.
She sent one of her dudes.
All right. Your Honor, if you would bring us back into session here.
Shall be back in session.
Okay, Your Honor, if you would gavel it and then leave it on the hammer so I get a better picture. Thank you. All right. We will have our closing statements now. We will first hear from the prosecution. Mr. Hosmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evidence in this case is overwhelming. It's a lot, I understand. And it shows that Captain Wirz was very capable of murdering, of torturing, starving, and even murdering his own prisoners. We have this picture. Somebody in his prison starved. He deliberately murdered a man because he stepped 1 foot over that. Why? He also killed a man known as Elmer Jones, who we heard a witness testify to that here in court. With the backs of his 44 body. He grabbed this body, deliberately letting it go. The torturing, the murder, he feels nothing for it. He gets, he enjoys it. Why? Because he's in charge of the place? Because he's allowed to do it? So, based on the evidence that we have brought forth to you, the testimonies of the witnesses, the scared witnesses that have endured this pain, he brought upon people, I'm asking you all. Now, I believe that he did it, but I'm asking each and every one of you to believe that he did it, because this power is not for us anymore. It's your guys' choice. So make the right choice, not only for us, for the witnesses that had to endure sitting in that stand and looking at the man that tortured them and killed their friends.
Prosecution restaurant.
Prosecution resting on
Throughout this trial, we have seen prosecution witnesses come and stand here and claim all sorts of outlandish accusations on Captain Wirz. We have had witnesses claim he beat them with his crippled right hand, claimed he, a captain of a prison camp, traveled with a group of prisoners being transported to another camp, and on the way beat a man to death. We also have mixed messages on which arm Captain Wirz used to carry out these punishments. Witnesses are claiming a maimed man tied them all by himself with both hands, and then they later claim that he was only using one. We cannot trust these witnesses because they have claimed we had one doctor, and we have 3 witnesses that are doctors, then left before the end with a need of medical attention. Captain Wirz is not and cannot be guilty of murder, because he can't even use his arms to carry out these punishments. On the accusations of conspiracy to kill Union soldiers, Captain Wirz is just a soldier carrying out orders. He had no control over anything coming or leaving the camp. All those decisions, were made by his superiors. All the accusations about malnutrition, vaccines, and disease cannot be placed on General Wirz because Captain Wirz, because General Wirz was in charge of all these things. The majority of the men who died in the camp died of disease, and it was all their doing. The prisoners could have put their feces in the southern river, but instead they contaminated their clean water in the northern river. Captain Wirz is a military man, just like many other here. When a commanding officer, in this case General Winder, orders you to do something, you do it. Therefore, Captain Wirz is not guilty on either the charges, and he should be fully pardoned.
Your Honor, if you would send the commission to deliberate.
Right. Commission will deliberate.
Okay. All right. We'll give the commission some instructions here.
Yeah.
Question, how did that, was that okay? Just say like chicken nachos.
Exactly. Wait, where is he still not back?
No, he's not.
Your name, the Gabe Kerr. Fucking classic.
I love that dude.
Honestly, I really don't know what else I expected. To be honest.
Go. I mean, go. I mean, what?
That's funny because it's so much
Size you got.
I think 12, maybe 11.
and the phone is bouncing.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing anything that's
No,
really
they
cool.
can.
Are they actually?
Yeah, let me try it. I'm trying to compare it.
Yeah, you should for sure.
Are we thinking the 10 or are we thinking 9?
I usually wear 12, so I'd go like a couple sizes lower.
I'm thinking a 9.
Yeah, bro, Crocs are definitely the move.
Yeah, I'm thinking kind of like the. I might go with the camo move. You know what I'm saying?
You can never go wrong with camo Crocs.
Go camo or like then
Yeah, let's be look like it doesn't look like I'm just eat.
Then you're going to be limited.
I didn't work on Netflix.
I'm a magician.
So I haven't started it either. And I have like.
Go walk on water.
I have time for that, but I feel like.
You're really shallow.
I have my homework for today to do.
You right.
My break.
You worry about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Shoot.
Is anybody starting on these next ones?
Tomorrow. I don't worry about that till 7 o'clock. This is my marriage.
The NOS or whatever it's called. What was it? Like that chapstick, it was like the little ball one. What was this called?
Do you want it? You can have it.
I'm so confused.
The little
Did you
ball
want
chapstick stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone used to have.
Like the EOS thing?
EOS or whatever it's called. Chapstick, the ball.
Oh, yeah.
He always takes you.
They're like different colors. I was trying to think of the name of it.
Oh shit! I got one of those. I'll be on now. Did I miss something?
That's how I thought about it.
Wait,
Is it about 2 to 3 business days?
No, then we agree.
On the.
I know, it's really not that.
Mistrial?
Why
Yeah.
does
We have
my-
to start with riots at the Capitol.
Yeah, mistrial.
Where? Right now?
Mistrial.
Just run away. Captain.
We'll protect it. Just don't use your right hand.
We are waiting on a verdict here.
No, it's good. Like I'm actually getting better. It's like getting like fours like all part of stuff. It's getting a little bit better. It's crazy. I just permanently do
Where did you ever come back?
No.
Can I go to the nurse?
That's why I said it needed better.
I fell on
He's
concrete.
gonna come back with
It was just like a normal scrape. I don't know why it's.
We've already decided that this is
Yeah,
gonna happen.
I guess so.
Okay.
He's like, oh.
I think he did that
this
to
is
go to
really
the nurse. Something about his shoulder.
I really need a full body massage.
So they're gonna deliberate on, just in general, then they're gonna look at each charge. They, each of the 4 members of the commission vote. And if that's a tie, then Jack is the tiebreaker. Okay?
I think it's gonna be a tie.
So if it's a tie, then Jack will, break the tie, out there. Okay?
Make sure he doesn't play good next game.
Now, in real court, they make the jurors confirm what their vote was. And so I may make them do that, meaning I'd say, Jay Stibbs, how vote you? Guilty. Wallace, how vote you? Not guilty, whatever.
Do you know what the final verdict, what the final count was in the actuality?
There was more than just 5 people.
I mean, I know it was go case.
So.
Has anyone seen the video of the judge that like it's a fight earlier? The what? Like one of the
Like the principal.
yeah, and then they go outside.
I saw one, they were doing a restraining order trial, so like this woman was filing a restraining order against a guy, and they're actually, because he was beating on her or whatever, and they're doing it all over Zoom because it's during COVID. So you've got the judge window, you've got the prosecution, you've got the court
She's in the
reporter,
house
you've got all this, and you've got the woman and the dude are all in this call. And all of a sudden, the woman's lawyer says, Your Honor, I think we need to recess because I think the guy is in her house. And sure enough, they were in the same house doing this thing as he was. So they send so first the guy says, No, Your Honor, I'm down the street. And the judge was awesome. He's like, Go outside and show me the address plate. Like, well, I don't know, Your Honor. So the police stormed this thing and put him in handcuffs because he was in the house of the woman that was filing a restraining order. She's like, we've talked about it. We don't want to have the restraining order. So it was fascinating because of all the Zoom calling and everything. So, all right, let's see.
Didn't she know he was in the house?
Yeah.
So what? Why are they getting a restraining order? If they're
Well, because he had assaulted her, but
She
he
called
let
for the
her. She
restraining
let him back in,
so they're just chilling.
and they just chilled. And then when it came time for this hearing, they were just in the same house together. I mean, it's nuts.
They're just vibing.
But for the lawyer to pick up on it, because the woman would like say something and then look off to her left, and then the guy tried to lie at first. It was funny. Like he's like, walk around the house. Oh, my phone's charging, so I can't really take it out of the wall. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's high school.
Sorry, my looks almost dead.
Yeah, I can't. My Chrome's gonna die. Let's see. Wirz was charged. Okay, we know what he's charged with. National Park lists 158 witnesses that testified in the actual one, including former prisoners, ex-Confederate soldiers, and residents of nearby Andersonville. 145 testified that they did not observe Wirz kill any prisoners. Others failed to identify specific victims. 12 said they witnessed cruelty on the parts of Wirz. One witness claimed to be a descendant of Marquis de Lafayette, who was in the American Revolution. Not sure.
Why is that not?
So, verdict in his closing statement, vilified Wirz and pronounced that the work of death seems to be a saturnalia of enjoyment for the prisoner, Wirz, who amid all these savage orgies have evidenced such exultation and mingled with them with such nameless blasphemy. You were found guilty as charged with the conspiracy,
Yeah, they didn't go after him.
along with 11 of 13 counts of personal cruelty, sentenced him to death.
They didn't go after the conspiracy at all.
So
Murder.
you sent what?
So they didn't go after
Conspiracy.
on the conspiracy. Just the murder.
So you sent a letter to President Johnson where you asked for clemency, which is where you have your sentence changed, but the letter went unanswered. Oh, good. Okay. Let's see. All right, let me go back to here. Go make sure we got it.
Your Honor.
Captain Wirz is sus, Your Honor. Therefore,
We should start, just start fighting immediately after the verdict comes out, no matter what it is.
We got
That should have been your opening statement. He's sus. Your Honor. He's sus. You should vote him out.
Captain Wirz has been kicked out, whatever it says. Kicks him out.
He's clear.
Your Honor, Captain Wirz is sus.
He's clear being the imposter.
I saw him.
Casually.
RJ is literally in the bed right now. That's why he's sleeping.
I saw one of the witnesses then.
What? No.
He went to comms. and he
No,
went to-
yeah, he went to comms.
He shot shot his pops.
I was doing lights. What do you
I love your
How long is that? Like, how many?
poster board. Oh yeah, we have to make like a poster too.
In what class?
This for tomorrow.
For the Netflix thing.
For
trailer.
I'm not making it. I'm not
Yeah, the
making it.
trailer would be way harder.
Where are you guys making the poster? Like what
I don't
website
know,
are
I
you doing
haven't
it in person?
I'd say
What was that one website that he always had us do?
Pictograph or
Yeah, I
whatever.
might do it on that.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think it's pictures.
Life hangs in the balance on that piece of paper.
Oh, oh, God.
Oh,
Oh, God.
All right, here we go.
There is no evidence. I mean, the verdict.
I saw him then.
You're not coming.
What?
All rise.
Your Honor, I will read the charges. Do you have a verdict from the Military Commission?
We do.
All right. The defendant, Captain Henry Wirz, is charged with the following crimes. He did maliciously, willfully, traitorously, and in the aid of the then existing armed rebellion against the United States of America, on or before the first day of March, 1864, and other days between that day and the 10th day of April, 1865, combining, confederating, and conspiring together with John H. Winder and others unknown to injure the health and destroy the lives of soldiers in the military service of the United States, then held and being prisoners of war within the lines of the so-called Confederate States and in the military prisons thereof, to the end that the armies of the United States might be weakened and impaired in violation of laws of customs of war. Captain Henry Wirz is also charged with feloniously, willfully, and of his malice aforethought did shoot, order to be shot, kick, punch, stomp, and torture several prisoners of war, resulting in death. Your Honor, on charge 1,
Charge 1, to injure the health and destroy the lives of soldiers in military service of the United States. We find Captain Wirz guilty.
charge 2,
For the conspiracy of charge 2, we find Captain Wirz is innocent.
innocent. All right. Jurors, we need to confirm the voting here. Charge 1, injuring and destroying the lives of American soldiers. Juror 1, how vote you?
Guilty.
Juror 2,
Guilty.
Juror 3, Juror 4.
Guilty.
All right. On charge 2, the conspiracy charge. Juror 1, how vote you?
Guilty.
Your Honor, Major General L. Wallace, you have found Henry Wirz guilty on charge 1. How is he to be sentenced?
He shall be hanged.
And Brandon takes off. Very good. Here endeth the trial. Very good. So he was found guilty. Fantastic. But how's your arm feeling? Well, you had to really stretch it out there. All right. Thank you to anybody who joined us online. Guilty on charge 1, innocent on charge 2, but punishment is the same, death by hanging.
Yeah,
Hi.